Let's start off about the 8th, 9th legislative session. You brought up several bills that were on your attention. What should Tyler ISD parents and students know about the upcoming legislative session in your view?
You know, as far as the 89th legislative session is going, it's still in its infancy. Certainly they've got some emergency items they need to work on. Vouchers, obviously, is one of the hot topics right now. But along with teacher compensation, and that is one thing that we're really focused on. Our teachers need to make a better living. You got to get the talent into the classroom if you want to increase those outcomes, and I think that they've got a good start to that. Certainly being an emergency item from the governor's desk, and then something that's prioritized in the Senate as well. Still waiting to see what the House is going to come up with. They finally got organized, and so that's something that we're going to be keeping an eye on along with the vouchers.
Anything you'd like to see in particular from the House?
Well, you know, obviously the basic allotment increase would be great because it does combat inflation. But at the same time, you know, if you start talking about safety and security, weighting and funding, along with special ed funding, those are things that are already coming out of our maintenance and operations general fund. And so if they would provide some relief there, we can do some maneuvering to see some efficiencies in our budget to be able to provide some compensation, maybe relieve some of those inflationary factors as well there.
And let's talk about the school budget. It was discussed during today's meeting. Anything you feel our audience should know about it?
No, we're under budget right now and spending those tax dollars efficiently and effectively, and certainly we're on track to have another good budget year. We've had one, I think, for the last 25 years. We don't see any reason to say that we're in any type of shape other than really good shape as far as our budget goes.
And at the beginning of this meeting, there was some public comment concerning some concerns regarding immigration. What was your take on some of those comments?
Yeah, you know, I really do think from the podium during public participation today is one of the better, most professional, calmer environments today. You know, people are emotional right now, but at the same time, as far as Tyler ISD goes, we've been, you know, making sure that we had safe schools for a long time now. We really went all in back in 2019 before some of these issues were in place. And you know, by the way you behave and what you put in place prior to some of these other concerns coming up, I think that's something that goes a long way. You know, 18,700 plus students right now. We're at an all-time high, 92 or 93% attendance rate, which is a pretty good clip for Tyler ISD. So I think that's done because we have great relationships between our students and our staff and our principals on those individual campuses, along with their parents as well. And so we'll just keep plugging along in regard to that, and having school here in Tyler, Texas for every kid that's eligible to do so, and by federal law, that's every kid.
Do you think the school is going to issue a statement regarding, you know, your stance on ICE and coming into schools?
You know, I think our statement's been made for the last 5 or 6 years because of how we've operated our schools. And so just going out there and just providing a statement, I don't know what that does other than saying that it confirms what we've been doing this whole time. And you confirm, you know, what you do by your actions. And we've been keeping safe schools, and we've been following the law just like we'll continue to do it in regard to our students that do show up on our doorstep to be educated every day.
Do you want to ask you this? Is this the first time you've heard these concerns, or have other parents or students come to you saying, you know, I'm concerned, I don't want to go to school, anything like that?
Well, a superintendent of schools for a school system that's got over 18,000 students, you're going to get more of those concerns probably at the campus level. Unlike other schools in East Texas that might be a little bit smaller. So I've had some conversations, absolutely. I've had conversations with parents at grocery stores. I've had conversations with students. And again, they trust Tyler ISD and because of our actions prior to anything that happened within this last year. And we'll continue to do so and keep going down the same path.